Hi, it's Diane. I want to show you an Alice in Wonderland junk journal that I made. I had been collecting things to make an Alice in Wonderland junk journal for, over a year. And I've just been kind of saving things and thinking someday I'm going to do that. And I had just decided to get my things out and get going on it when the Junk Journal Junkies group on Facebook had a swap for Alice in Wonderland. It was just a one signature junk journal that we were supposed to make for that. So I went ahead and made that. I put mine aside. I had already started cutting things up for it, and I just put it aside and made the one for the swap. And then I got mine back out and put mine together. Now mine's got 4 signatures, so it's much more involved than the one I made for the swap. I will make a video of that one too, though. Just to show you what's in it, I had purchased this set of cute little tags. Each one was different. There were quite a few tags in it, and none of them had the same picture. So I used them. I got them from Amazon, someplace on Amazon, but I got them over a year ago, so I don't remember where. They came in this little bag with the ribbons to tie through. So I used those. This is a little paperback book that I had purchased somewhere, and I used some of the pages out of this. Different illustrators, so I thought it would be neat to have. I have some of the Disney illustrations and some of the John Tenniel original illustrators artwork in mine, and plus some of this. I used this golden book and this coloring book that I had gotten from Dover. I ordered that from Amazon also, and it has the original art in it, but they're larger. And it has, the text. It doesn't have the full text, but I used some of the text and some of the pages, and I coffee dyed some of them, so some of that's in there. Also, when this movie had come out, they had done some file folders for school kids, and then they put them on clearance for 10 cents at Walmart, so I had bought those and had them saved. So I used some of the folder pieces. You'll see some of the hat in there. I'll show you. So you'll see some of that. And here it is. I used the golden book cover, but this is covered. This is the cover of, I forgot. It's another book that I used, and I don't have the cover for it because it's right there. But the pages, it's just a cheap paperback that I got for 50 cents, and the pages look very vintage. So I used a lot of that book in here. So this is the cover of that. I peeled it so it wouldn't be so thick. It was just a paperback book, but I peeled it until it was just one layer, and I Mod Podged it down. There's a page of the book text back here and some striped paper here and here, black and red. And I had this mini set of cards. So I used the King and Queen of Hearts, a key and a clock, and this door keyhole, which I thought was adorable. And that was on clearance, and I knew I wanted to make an Alice in Wonderland book, so I bought that because I thought it would be perfect. These little corners, some lace. The spine is a nice thick cardboard, but I covered it with Tyvek, which I colored with alcohol inks, 4 different colors of shades of brown, and it kind of looks like leather. I love it. And here's the back, and then I put some crocheted lace on it. The charm has a clock, like the stopwatch, a key, a couple of crowns, and a red rose. Oh, and I have this I have to attach, but I didn't attach it yet because it was still wet. It's one of those charms that it was Recollections, and Susan, I'm sorry, Susan Broussard sent it to me with all the stuff she sent me with the last book. And Susan, a lot of the stuff you sent me, if you're watching this video, I've used a lot of the things you sent me in this book. So anyway, these charms were in it, and I just cut out a piece of the book and Mod Podge or glued her in there with Crystal Effects. Anyway, she'll go on here too. So the closure is one of these clips, and it's attached with a chain. It has 4 signatures. This is a page from the coloring book that I coffee dyed and used it. I like to put pockets on the front or the back, but I didn't in this book because of the end papers. So each of the signatures has a decorated collage type of thing on the first page of each signature. This is a sticker that I had. This is a coffee dyed page from the coloring book. This is from the other paperback book that I had. And this is from the Disney book, of course. And I did some journaling on the back. This is one of the folders that I got, and I peeled that too and glued some journaling, coffee dyed journaling paper on the back. I used a lot more trim in this book than I usually do. I don't really like to use a lot of, I like some, but not a lot of trim, but this one has more in it. This is the beginning paragraph from the book that I printed from the internet. It's got journaling and washi tape on the back. I used quite a few doilies in the book. This is one that Susan sent me. It's got little heart cutouts. This I got from the internet a long time ago. You'll see the Mad Hatter on the other side of it. And this is just, I printed it from the internet and onto ivory cardstock, and then this is cut from the paperback book. These I stamped on. This is a card. Begin at the beginning and go on till you come to the end, then stop. And I think that's from Marion Smith. Yeah, Marion Smith collection. I only had one page of cutouts that I ordered. I don't have the printables from her. I bought that one online. And then I cut up some of the text in the little older book that I got and used that to decorate the pages. This is from the front of the book. This is cut from the paperback, from the older one. This is from a greeting card, and I fussy cut it out and glued it to black cardstock. Glued it on as a pocket. These are stamps. And these are images I cut from the book. And this is one of the pages from my book, and I made a copy of it on my printer, but I sized it down, and it's a cute little journaling card. I used distress inks on some of the pages. I didn't coffee dye very much of the paper, just some of the journaling stuff and the coloring book pages, because I had coffee dyed them for something else, so I just used them. But instead of coffee dyeing the papers, I just inked them with different colors. Curiouser and curiouser, cried Alice. There's the Mad Hatter. This is from the internet also. And this is from the internet, a movie poster of the Disney movie. A little plastic trim down the side there. But we're stuck. Okay. I used cutouts from the books to make tags. I made these tags with my Cricut and cut up manila folders. This is from the Disney book, and this is a table of contents from one of the paperbacks. And this is from the school folder. And I put a little piece of the book text on the top. Second signature. Coloring book page. This is from the Marion Smith collection, and this is from the back of the book cover that I used for the. I used the book cover, the front book cover for the front, and then I cut this from the back. A little doily that Jill sent me that I think she has a die cut for that, and here's one of the little tags. And this is a tag that Susan Broussard sent me. She sent me this pack that has a variety of sizes of tags. I got this from the internet, and this also, and then this is part of the book. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. This is from the internet, and it's an envelope. If you don't know where you are going, any road will get you there. And inside, I had a nursery rhyme book, and it had the poem Tweedledee, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, so I cut that out. This was the illustration for it, and they both have journaling on the back. It goes in the pocket here. Journaling on the back. This is from the coloring book. I made them into a pocket. Cut this from the Disney book. And here's another little pocket. And I just cut out a conversation she had with a Cheshire cat. Put it in there. Stamped these clock faces. A little button on that banner. I just pretended that I had a whole set of Alice in Wonderland stamps. So I cut out these images from the book and stamped them on my page with glue. Here's the conversation she had with a caterpillar. Use some washi tape to decorate it. This is from the internet. That's a stamp. These are stamps. Cut from the book. One of my stamps. A banner, and I stamped this and cut it out, glued it on, one of my little tags, and this is from the internet. Third signature. Washi tape. There's another of the little doilies that Susan sent. Here's another one of the folders. And I cut this from a Disney book. Here's the lizard Bill. Got booted up the chimney by a large Alice. And a couple of cards. A card and a tag. That came out. And this is just a scrap of paper that I had copy dyed, and this is, it looks like a paper bag, but that was the paper. It had that look to it. And it was a scrap left over, and I folded it under and stitched it just like I would making a pocket on a shirt. And stitched it around, put that on, and then just put this scrap in here for journaling. Some scraps for journaling. Couple of tags there, some rickrack glued to the sides of that paper. Oops. I glued the edges of this one down because it just wanted to flop, and then that's cut from the Disney book. This one came out a little brighter. I sprayed it with some inks and it came out too bright, so I kind of covered it with that paper. This one has a couple journaling cards glued to the flap. Pretty pocket with some trim, and this came from the internet. It's kind of creepy, Tim Burton-esque, but it's the Mad Hatter and the March Hare and the Dormouse. Another little banner with this pretty little tag, and the fourth signature. It's another one of those charms, and I put a sticker in there. Some tags stuck in there, some stamping there, piece of ribbon. I like this tag on that Once Upon a Time scrapbook paper cardstock from DCWV. I think all of the covers of my signatures are made with that paper collection from the internet. This is a piece of corrugated paper that I had a scrap of, and I stitched it on and stitched 3 little pockets and included 3 of those little tags. This is a piece of text from the coloring book, and it has journaling on the back. A page from the coloring book. I'm going to glue a button on that one. I just didn't do it yet. This book has so much detail, it took me forever to do. There's a tag from a paperback book on this pretty little rose envelope or bag. This is from the internet. And then I used the front of the golden book as the back because I wanted the front to look like this. But I didn't want to lose this, so I used it as the back inside cover, covered up some of the, like the UPC code and stuff with this paper that kind of ties in with the rest of it. So I'm glad it's done. It took a long time to do, and I'm very pleased with it, and I hope you enjoyed looking at it. Thanks.